Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra Unit 1 Review C. Remember to solve each equation and to show all of your work. Alright, let's start with number 1. Okay, we have 11 minus x equals negative 25. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite it over here so I've got a little bit more room. Now, sometimes it's hard to know what step to do first, so I'm going to make sure that I put the variable first, and it's a negative x, and that is a positive 11. And that really helps me when I'm trying to solve this. So I want to get the variable by itself, which means I'm going to subtract 11 to both sides. We have negative x equals, well, negative 25 minus 11. What's negative 25 minus 11? Do you have your calculator out? All right, well, I've got mine, so let's check it. So we have negative 25 minus 11, which gives us negative 36. Now, the variable is not by itself because there's that negative sign in front of it. So to get rid of it, I'm going to divide by a negative 1. Okay? Don't be like, oh, look, it's negative 36. That's my answer. No. Get the x by itself first, and a negative divided by negative is a positive. So our answer is D. Okay. Number 2. Once again, I'm just going to rewrite it over here so I've got a little bit more room. Now, we do not divide by fractions, okay? When we cancel fractions, we want to multiply by the reciprocal. Now, the reciprocal isn't 5 over 2. It's the exact same thing flipped. So if it's negative, it's got to be negative over here too. And I'm going to multiply by, yep, that's right, negative 5 over 2. Everything on the left side cancels. So in our calculators, we have negative 10 times, in parentheses, negative 5 divided by 2. Okay? And when you multiply those, what do you get? That's right, positive 25. Okay? So you should have known that it's a positive because it's a negative divided by a negative, and a negative divided by a negative is a positive. All right, number 3. 3, we need to solve. When we're solving, we need to follow the rules of, that's right, SADMAP. So we have to cancel addition or subtraction first. I see addition, so I'm going to cancel it with subtraction. We have 9 over 3 equaling negative 9. Now, the n's not by itself. Remember that that bar means division, and the inverse, the opposite of division, is a multiplication. Negative 9 times 3 gives us a negative 27. So our answer is A. All right, number 4. Now, number 4 is pretty much the exact same thing as number 2, except it's just saying what operation should we do? Okay, notice there's no divide. All right, so when a number is next to a variable, that means multiplication. And we're multiplying a fraction. We need to cancel, we have to multiply by the, that's right, we have to multiply by the reciprocal. So our answer for this is B. We're lucky we didn't have to solve that one. All right, number 5. Number 5 we're going to solve, so I'm just going to rewrite it over here so I have a little bit more room. Now, if you want to rewrite this one, you can, so you can see what step you have to do. Or you can be like, well, Mr. Geist, that's a positive 7. And I got to get rid of a positive 7. So to get rid of a positive 7, I would subtract 7. So negative 13 minus 7 gives us negative 20. Okay, and how do we get the x by itself? That's multiplication. The inverse of multiplication is division. You should know right away that a negative divided by negative is a positive, and 20 divided by 4 is 5. So the correct answer is D. All right, number 6. Okay, the first thing we have to do for 6 is we have to distribute, and we have to distribute the negative 3. Okay, so the 5c stays there. Negative 3 times 4 is a negative 12c, and negative 3 times 7 is a negative 21. And that's the only thing that changes. Now, the next thing we have to do is combine our like terms. All right, our like terms, the 5c and the negative 12. So combine the coefficients, 5 minus 12. 5 minus 12 is a negative 7c minus 21 equals 14. Okay? And from here out, guys, you should be able to solve this all by yourself by following the rules of StatMed. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video right here, or pause it, and you guys are going to solve it yourself. Good luck. Okay, so the first thing you should have done was add 21 to both sides, and then divide by negative 7. And don't forget that that was a negative 7. So 35 divided by negative 7 is negative 5. Okay, number 7. If 8x minus 23 equals 3 times 2x minus 9, what does x equal? So once again, we're going to solve this. Okay. I'm getting a little lazy, so I'm going to do the first step. I'm going to draw what our first step is, where we would have to distribute. So we would have 8x minus 23. 3 times 2 is 6x, and 3 times negative 9 is negative 27. Okay, so I see that we have variables on both sides. I want to move the smaller one, which is the negative, or the 6. So to get rid of a positive 6, I'm going to subtract 6 to both sides. 8 minus 6, we get 2x minus 23 equals negative 27. And once again, guys, I'm going to stop it right here, pause it, and you guys are going to solve it all on your own. Okay? Good luck. Okay, so you should have added 23 to both sides and then divide by 2. Don't forget that that's a negative 4. So our answer, x equals negative 2, which is B. All right, number 8. Number 8, we've got room to do it right here. So solve the equation. I don't see anything to distribute, so the next thing we need to check is if we can combine like terms. On the left side, I have 2x minus 8x, which gives us negative 6x minus 3. On the right side, we have the 4 and the negative 7, which we can combine. So I'm going to rewrite the negative 6 out first, and we have 4 minus 7, which is negative 3. Now, you might be able to tell what the answer is right here, but the next step is to get the variables to one side. And when we do that, they both cancel out, and we're left with negative 3 equals negative 3. Now, that's a true statement, so our final answer, infinite solutions. All right, number 9. Number 9, we've got a little bit of work ahead of us. The first thing we have to do is to distribute. So when we distribute, we get 2x. Yeah, 2x plus 6 minus 7 equals, and then can I combine anything on the right side? Oh, we'll talk about that in a second. I'm sorry. I'm doing too many steps at once here. So 3x minus 6 minus x. So we want to look for like terms. On the left side, we have 6 minus 7, which gives us, yep, negative 1. And then on the right side, we have 3x minus x, which is 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay? Let's get our variable to one side. We're going to subtract 2x to both sides. And then, oh, what happens? Yeah, they cancel. And we get negative 1 equals, excuse me, negative 1 equals negative 6. Is that true or false? Yeah, that's false. Negative 1 does not equal negative 6. So our answer is no solution. All right, number 10. I know it looks like a lot, guys, but it's not that bad. Now, on the left side, the first thing we have to do is to distribute. 3 times 5 is 15, and 3 times x is 3x, okay? Now, we bring down the negative 10 plus the 2x, and then once again, we have to distribute on the right side. 1/2 times 4 is 2, so that's 2x, and half of 8 is 4. So on the right side, there's nothing to do, so I'm just going to write 2x minus 4. But on the left side, we've got some stuff to put together. We have 2x minus 3x, which gives us negative x. And then I can also combine my negative 10 and my positive 15. Negative 10 plus 15 is a positive 5. Okay, I want to get my variables to one side, so I'm going to move the smaller variable. And so we're left with 5 equaling 3x minus 4. And you guys can take it from here. Go ahead and solve. You don't have to pause the video. Come on. Let's go, lazy bones. Okay, you should be adding the 4 to both sides. Yeah, and then you divide. And your final answer, you get that x equals 3. All right, we're done, right? Oh, wait, there's a backside to it? Uh-oh, hold on. Okay, I'm back and we're on the backside now. So the backside says you must show all of your work and to give exact answers, no decimals, and reduce all of your fractions. So let's look at problem 11. It says Allie burns 250 calories when she runs 3 miles. How many calories will she burn if she runs a 15-mile marathon? So the thing that I picked out was that she was running what? Well, they're talking about, yeah, they're talking about calories, and they're also talking about miles, okay? So when we set up our proportion, we want to make sure that we put the calories on the top and then the miles on the bottom. Now, the next set of information, they said how many calories. That means I don't know how many calories there are, but she's going to run 15 miles. Okay, so I made sure that the miles went on the bottom. All right, and from here, we cross multiply. So 3 times x is 3x. And then what's 250 times 15? Did you get it? Yeah, 3,750. Now, Is the x by itself? Nope. So that means we have to divide by 3. And when you divide by 3, you shouldn't have to type much else in, just hit divide by 3. And you get 1,250. And that's 1,250 what? Yep, calories. Not 1,250 miles, that'd be insane. Okay, so make sure you've got your answer nice and boxed, because these aren't multiple choice. All right, number 12. Why don't you guys read through number 12 and see if you can set it up all on your own. Good luck. Okay, so they're talking about the ratio of men to women at a fitness center is 4 to 3. So that means that there are 4 men for every, so sorry, that there are 4 men for every 3 women. Okay. And then at the club, there are 144 men. So that means that they're asking for how many women? And then we just do the cross multiply. Okay. So 4 times x gives us 4x. And 3 times 144. Yeah, just do it in your calculator. You should get 432. Okay. And then to solve for x, we have to divide both sides by 4. And then we get x equals 108. And that's 108 what? That's right, women. Don't forget to label your answer. Okay. We got 4 more. Number 13 says a water hose releases, 2 gallons of water every, okay, so we're going to be over here now. The water hose releases a gallon of water. So let's see, every 3 minutes. All right. So the 2 things that we're talking about here is we're talking about gallons and minutes. Okay. So they tell us that there are 2 gallons for every 3 minutes, and they want to tell us how long would it take a 150 gallon swimming pool. So those are our gallons, and then X is on the bottom. Okay. So we have to cross multiply, and we get that 2x equals 450. Now, when we get our answer here, they're saying approximately how many hours. So they're going to want us to round this. When we divide both sides by 2, we get that x equals, it was a decimal, right? Or no, first it told us, 200 and, whoops. They gave us the minutes, which was 225 minutes. But I want to know the hours. How many hours would it take? So I have to divide that by 60 because there are 60 minutes in an hour. And when we divide that, you should have gotten 3.75. Okay? So approximately how many hours is that? Yeah, that is almost 4 hours. All right. Number 14. Now, for number 14, you just can't be like, oh, look, it's an absolute value and there's a negative, so that means it's no solution. Well, that would be correct, except that negative 2/3 is outside, okay? So to get rid of the negative 2/3, I can multiply by the reciprocal. All right, and then we are left with the absolute value of 2x plus 4, and that equals whatever negative 20 times negative 3/2 is. And we get 30. okay? And since that is a, what type of answer? That is positive, so we have two answers to this, all right? So we have to break it down into two problems. We have 2x plus 4 equals negative 30, and then 2x plus 4 equals a positive 30. All right, so for each one of these, we have to go through and solve it, and we're going to be solving it by doing the exact same steps. Okay, we want to get the x by itself, so we're going to divide or subtract the 4. Negative 30 minus 4 is negative 37. Okay, and then we need to divide by 2. And when you divide by 2, we get that x equals negative 17. Okay, now I'm going to pause the video and you guys should be able to solve the right side all on your own. Okay, good luck. Okay, so you should have gotten x equals 13. So when we write our answer, we would say that x equals negative, whoop, I don't know what I was writing there. X equals negative 17 or positive 13. Okay, two more. So just like we were talking about, we need to get the absolute value all by itself before we say how many solutions it has. So we're going to cancel the subtraction first. And we have negative 2 times the absolute value of x minus 4 equaling 12. And the next thing we have to do is we have to cancel, and that's multiplication. And the inverse of multiplication is division. So what we're left is the absolute value of x minus 4 equaling negative 6. Okay? And then when we look at that, we have an absolute value equaling a negative, and that can't happen. So our answer is no solution. Okay, last one. Why don't you guys try it on your own and see how you do? Good luck. Okay, did you get that it was going to be one solution? Well, yeah, because after you subtract the 4 and divide by 2, you get the absolute value of w plus 7 equals 0. So we just set it equal to 0 and solve. So subtract 7 to both sides, and we get that w equals negative 7. Okay? All right, and that, oh my gosh, were those the answers all the way at the bottom? You can check to see if I did all right, but I'm pretty sure I got them all right. Anyways, this is Mr. Grice signing off for Algebra 1, Unit 1, Review C. If you have any questions, please come see Ms. Carranza or myself because we would love to help you out. Thanks for watching.